Back here in between games as the Doc Stewarts are in Eugene getting ready for Game 2 against the Emerald Challengers, about to wrap up that 4-game series against the Challengers. As we continue on, getting ready for our second game of the day, we will continue on with our player interviews that we get to do here throughout the summer. And joining us from South Umpqua High School, going to be a senior coming up next year, is Jace Johnson, first-team All-League pitcher as South Umpqua went on to win a state championship this year. We talked with the South Umpqua guys, Jace. Being able to win a state championship is always a special moment. How did it feel for you to be out there on the field when the Lancers wrapped up a 3A state title?
It was amazing. We've always looked forward to that throughout our high school career, and then when I was pitching and got 2 outs, I knew it was about to be real, and then I wanted to finish the game, but I ended up getting pulled, reached my pitch count.
Yeah. I think about that, being able to win a state title, and it's got to be great to be out on the field or in the dugout just to be able to celebrate. But if you're the guy on the mound and your guys are out there when you finish it, you're the guy that's at the bottom of the dog pile. So it probably would have been pretty special for you to be on the mound, but still, nonetheless, you got to be a part of it. That had to be a lot of fun. The way that season went, where you guys had baseball or football during the fall, where you made it to a state championship game, and then baseball to wrap it up in the spring. I mean, just a pretty special junior year for you there.
Yeah, it was amazing. I knew football was going to be pretty good, but I never thought we would make to the state championship in football either. Mm-hmm. We said it since last year in baseball, we were going to go to the state championship. And I thought we were going to win it all in baseball last year and ended up not making it. Then I knew baseball was this for us.
Yeah. I talked a little with Cade about how you guys have grown up playing ball together, and this might have been one of the last few chances that you guys get a chance to play ball together was this last year there at South Umpqua, but then also here this summer. Maybe you guys get next summer again together, but those opportunities are running out. How special is it to be able to play with family and people that you've been playing with your entire life, be able to kind of experience big moments like that with people you're so close to?
I love it. I wouldn't want to have anyone else with me other than him. It was a great ride, even when football fell short and I knew baseball would turn things around and end up going and winning it. I wouldn't want anyone else to come out with us. We've been playing since we were in 5th grade together.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, and it's awesome you guys were able to accomplish that. It was your junior year, so obviously senior year is going to be on the horizon there at South Umpqua for you. You guys are losing, a decent amount of senior talent, but you feel like you guys will be in an okay spot to try and continue on what you guys built here in your junior season?
I think we'll go pretty far, honestly. Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard without them, but I think we have guys that can step up and fill their spots, not as big, but they'll fill them just enough where we need them to, and we'll carry it on.
Yeah. You feel like, that the experience of being able to go that far into a season, kind of see what it takes to win a state title, did that really help you grow a lot as an athlete, just, football and baseball, just kind of as an athlete in general, knowing what it takes to get to that level of success?
Yeah, I didn't know it would take that much until we actually made it there and ended up losing the football state championship, and I knew we had to push ourselves more after that. Coming up this year in baseball, I knew we were going to have a chance, but I didn't think we were going to have to work that hard for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, success or the talent can only take you so far, and then there's the extra piece to it there, and you guys learn a little bit about that. We talked before the season, I think you and I and Cade, and just about kind of the experience that you guys brought in as winning a state championship just before this Doc season started, what you guys could bring to this Docs team here this summer. Do you feel like that's kind of helped you guys mentally can kind of make it through this season, just being able to provide a little bit of what it took for you guys to win a high school state championship?
I think it can implement a lot for us, but it's going to take our whole team to buy into it and be able to carry it on.
Yeah. Well, you were 3 sports, right, there at South Umpqua this last year with basketball in there. I know basketball was – when you make it to state championship game, if you don't go that far, everything else is kind of a down season for that sport. But you planning on doing all 3 coming up next year then again?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing all 3.
Yeah, well, that's good. You had a chance. Football always gets started early, and you guys are so busy during the summer. But have you had a chance to do anything football-related here during the summer with all the Doc stuff you're doing?
Yeah, I made it to a 7-on-7, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And one's coming up, so I'm going to try to make that and get chemistry with my team and stuff.
Yeah. What do you, let's get a little preview of Lancer football. What do you think you guys are going to have coming back that might help you guys be successful this year?
Well, losing Cade is going to be big for us because I always knew I could count on him no matter what. And we lost a few of our senior linemen, but we have people that can fill their spots, and our run game is going to be really good.
Nice.
Our passing game won't be as good, but it's still going to be there.
You're going to have to get some unproven wide receivers stepping up for you. The quarterback on the football team, Jace Johnson, joining us here. looking senior year, how are you feeling about going in, just, being a senior at South Umpqua High School in general? What are you excited about being, your senior year of high school coming up here soon?
I like it because I finally get to get out of there and get to go experience real world stuff, but I'm also going to miss all my friends and teachers and all that.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave a lot of family behind too.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's always bittersweet when you get to that point in your life, but it's still early, but do you have kind of future plans that you've kind of maybe got bubbling on the radar as you're getting ready for high school to wrap up?
Yeah, I want to continue everything, college for football and stuff, and I think I can do it. It's going to take a lot more work ethic. Is
football going to be the sport that you're kind of looking to maybe be able to continue playing once high school's done?
Yeah, or if someone picked me up for baseball for pitching, I'll take that too, but I'm really leaning towards football. Nice.
Have there been any schools you've been talking with or kind of getting a chance to get familiar with in that process?
I talked to George Fox in Linfield about it and been in contact with Linfield's head coach, and if that's the only two options, I'm probably going to go to Linfield for football.
It's a great program up there. George Fox, good one as well. We've got some local guys that have been going up there. That's pretty cool. But looking forward to seeing where that ends up going for you after this next year. Wrap things up here with you, Jace, as I like to do, just kind of find out away from the game. What are you got any hobbies, any big interests that you might take up your time when you're not doing sports? I know it's probably pretty limited on the amount of time you get away from the sports realm, but anything that you like to do that also just a hobbies or anything like that?
Not really. I mostly hang out with friends, and we're playing some type of sport, either wiffle ball or football or basketball all the time.
You got a good wiffle ball place to play?
Yeah. Our elementary school, it's like a kickball field, but we use it for wiffle ball and stuff.
Perfect. Has it got a fence and everything?
Yep.
Oh, how deep is the fence?
Probably 200 something.
Man, you guys are playing on a big time field there. We used to just play in my front yard back in the day, and my mom always yelling at us to stop running through her bushes and ruining things there. So you guys got a good spot there. Well, Jace Johnson joining us, appreciate it, and really a great chance to get to know you a little bit more. We look forward to getting a chance to see more of you here coming up this summer and going into next year at South Umpqua. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, Jace Johnson joining us here as we continue on, getting ready for Game 2. Docs and the Challengers coming up here in just a few on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Getting ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run of the dome for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Before we get to our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc's Baseball on the Score. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup put together by head coach Jeremiah Robbins of the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. It'll have Austin Takahashi playing at third base, leading things off, followed by Sebastian Watson, the second baseman. Jace Johnson at shortstop will bat in the 3 position, followed by Dominic Titone, who will be the DH in Game 2, much like he was in Game 1. He'll bat for starting pitcher Blake Withers. Followed by the catcher, Knox Hubbard, for the Doc Stewarts. In right field, Braxton Dill batting in the 7 position, followed by the 8-hitter left fielder, Justin Jenks. And then rounding out the starting 9 will be center fielder Carson Dunn, who will finish it off there for the Doc Stewarts and their lineup. Let's go ahead and take a look at the batting lineup for the Emerald Challengers, put together by head coach Kenny Niles. The Challengers will have Cooper Mullins leading things off, the shortstop, followed by second baseman Danny Womack. The right fielder is Jack Riley, who will bat third, followed by Eli Christ, the third baseman, batting cleanup. In the 5 spot, the third baseman Callan Vreem. The DH will bat in the 6 hole. That is Caden Starr. He hits for starting pitcher Troy Anderson. Dylan Butler, the center fielder, will bat 7th, followed by the 8-hitter, Caden Koffler, the catcher. And then in left field, the 9-hitter is Adam Elliott. That is a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups. Cooper's Pest Control, when you are looking to build the best defense against those summer bugs, contact Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Call them at 673-0363. Want to say thanks again to Jace Johnson for joining us in the in between games here today. Great interview with him. We'll have a couple more of those coming up this weekend when the Docs take on Klamath Falls. And so tune in for those. If you've missed interviews, we'll have over the next couple of days no games, so we'll have some time to get things ready up online. We'll have all of our interviews updated online at 541radio.com on Doc Central, presented by Champion Car Wash Field. So head to 541radio.com, click on, you'll find the schedule, you'll find game recaps, you'll find standings, you'll find the roster for the Doc Stewarts with all sorts of information about all the players on the team this year for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. And you'll find their player interviews on each individual player bio page. So click on a player's name on the roster page, and you'll be able to go and check out information about them as well as find their interviews. And again, we'll have things updated coming up over the next couple of days with those player interviews online at 541radio.com. All right, we get ready to go for the top of the first inning. It'll be Austin Takahashi to lead things off for the Doc Stewarts. On the mound is Troy Anderson, a right-hander for the Challengers. Anderson from Elmira High School, class of 2022. Pitcher infielder for the Challengers. Get our first chance to see the right-hander here in Game 2. Takahashi led things off with a single in Game 1 for the Docs. He will step up to bat to lead things off here in Game 2. This ball game is brought to you by B&D Meats down in Winston. Check them out there for anything you might need for your grilling needs. Plus, don't forget when you stop by, it's not all about what's in the coolers to throw on the grill. Check out the beef jerky as well. Always so tasty down there at B&D Meats in Winston. We get ready to go for the top of the first. Docs looking for their first win in Area 4. They are 0-7, 18-16, have lost 4 straight. The Challengers have won 5. They are 34-11, 3-0 in Area 4. And starting the ball game out, Troy Anderson misses high and away for ball 1 as we are underway. The 1-0 pitch to Takahashi outside for a 2-0 count. Behind the dish, catching for the Challengers, is Caden Koffler. He will receive the baseball on the 2-0 pitch for strike 1. Out of the windup here for Anderson, missing outside on the 2-1 delivery. A 3-1 count for Takahashi. Docs losing Game 1, 4-2. Had lost yesterday twice against the Challengers, 5-3 in each game. Takahashi will take ball 4 on the outside corner. And Tak will get on with his first walk of the day against the Challengers.
Now batting second baseman number 2, Sebastian Watson.
So, Troy Anderson will walk the leadoff man. Anderson will now face Sebastian Watson with nobody out and one on. Watson not showing a bunt, will take high for ball 1. Troy Anderson on the mound trying to see if he can get Watson to roll into a double play to clear off the bases. Pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. Sebastian Watson has not shown a bunt yet in this at-bat. He's seen 2 pitches. Thought the Docs might try to go some small ball as a pickoff throw to first. Back in goes Takahashi. Taking a look around the rest of the diamond defensively. Out at first base, Callan Vreem applying that tag on Takahashi. High and away, 2-1 count for Sebastian Watson. At second base is Danny Womack. And at third base is Eli Christ. Shortstop Cooper Mullins is a 2-1 pitch, misses high. In the outfield for the Challengers, from left to right, you've got Elliott, Adam Elliott in left. Dylan Butler in center. And in right field, Jack Riley. 3-1 pitch does catch the strike zone, low inside corner. Full count now for Watson after the leadoff walk to Austin Takahashi. Watson, a 3-2 delivery coming up. He lines one in for a base hit down the left field side, past the third baseman, Christ. Takahashi's going to muscle his way all the way into third. He is in standing up. And Takahashi dealing with a groin injury earlier, going 2 bases there. Watching him closely there. He didn't come sprinting into the bag and sliding in. Was worried maybe he was trying to take it a little easy there, or maybe at worst thinking that maybe things flame up on him, but it seems like he's okay. He'll take his lead on third base. Watson with the first hit of the ball game. It's a double for the Docs, put 2 runners in scoring position. And at the plate, Cade Johnson going to try and take advantage to see if he can give the Docs an early lead. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Sebastian Watson at second has the first hit of the game for the Docs. Every first hit brought to you by MSK True Value. So ground ball, base hit down the third base line. Talk will come in to score. Watson rounding, heading for home. Into second will go Cade Johnson. 2-0 Docs in front. That's the way to get a ball game started for the Docs. Trying to get this one done. Just watching Takahashi run there, I think maybe he's just taking it easy. But he said he's 100%, but not down the line quickly. Didn't need to be, but just hope that he's able to stay healthy and go the rest of the way for the Docs. They could very much use to have his talent in the lineup and available. So 2-0 on the double by Cade Johnson. Back-to-back doubles for the Docs. Titone will take a strike outside corner to the lefty. Docs, it's been a tough stretch when it's been against Area 4 opponents, and it's nice to see that they haven't completely given in. They are still battling to try and get a win in Area 4 at league play. And they have gotten 2 runs in here in the first. A pop fly, foul territory, caught by the third baseman, Christ. And Dominic Titone will fly out for the Docs, 1 away. It'll be Daniel Withers that'll get a chance to bat. Withers hits with 1 on and 1 out. 2 runs already in for the Docs. Withers bats from the right side, waits for the pitch from Anderson. He got jammed, that ball in the air, popped towards the second baseman, Danny Womack, who will make the catch for the second out. 2 down on a couple of fly ball outs for the Docs to the infield. Knox Hubbard will bat. Knox bats with 2 outs and 1 runner on. Hubbard 1 for 2 in game 1. Looking to try and pick up his second hit of the day. He hits a line drive past the second baseman into right field. And coming around third, Cade Johnson will score. Knox Hubbard does get his second hit of the day. It results in an RBI, and the Doc Stewarts are leading 3-0. And This is what we've been hoping to see out of this team for a while. And it has just been tough to materialize for the Docs. They've had opportunities every single one of these games against the Challengers. They've had chances to try and be in them and give themselves a chance to win, but boy, they just have not been able to come through with it. And so far here in Game 2 of this doubleheader, Docs have been able to come up with some clutch hits. 2-out rally on the single by Knox Hubbard for a third run in the first. Braxton Dill at the plate, swinging and fouling off the first pitch. Braxton in Game 1, our player of the game. He had a RBI double to drive in the game-tying run in the fourth inning. Finished 1 for 2 with a walk and a double. Docs with 3 hits, 2 of them doubles here in the first. Anderson in for a strike, an 0-2 count for Braxton. Justin Jenks waiting on deck. The on-deck hitter brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, a garden bed, or maybe even a deck. That is Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. Dill taking a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Knox Hubbard at first base. Moderate lead over there. Anderson delivers in the 1-2, fouled away. Braxton Dill did have some lengthy battles at the plate against Carter Green in Game 1. Braxton doing everything he could to help run up the pitch total for Green, but Green made it all the way into the 7th inning before he had to come out as he reached the pitch limit. The 1-2, strike 3. Braxton Dill goes down looking on the breaking ball. First strikeout of the game for Anderson. Gets the Challengers out of things in the first, but the Docs put 3 runs on the board on 3 hits. There were no errors for the Challengers, and 1 runner left on base. Positive start for the Docs, leading 3-0. Blake Withers on the mound when we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Leading off for your Emerald Overhead Door Challengers in the bottom of the first inning, the shortstop number 1, Cooper Mullins.
Blake Withers on the mound for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts as he'll face Cooper Mullins, the leadoff man for the Challengers. And the right-handed Withers fires in a breaking ball for strike 1 to start up things against the left-handed hitting Cooper Mullins. 0-1 pitch for Mullins is outside for a 1-1 count. Docs leading 3-0 after the top of the first inning over the Emerald Challengers. It'll be Mullins, Danny Womack, and Jack Riley, your 3 hitters due up here in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 from Withers is high and away, 2-1 count. We'll run through the full lineup here and take a look at your Docs defense here in the bottom of the first. 2-1 for Blake. Line drive shot, just foul down that first base side into the right field foul territory. The umpire at first base having to slide out of the way of that one, but he got a pretty up-close look at that one going foul down the line. Blake Withers on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. 23 1/3 innings, making his 7th appearance, his 3rd start. He's got an 0-2 record with 1 save, a 2.70 ERA. The 2-2 pitch, strike 3 on the outside corner, and down with the strikeout to start off things here in the first inning. Cooper Mullins one away for Blake Withers. Strikeouts by Doc's pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't wait months to see a doctor. Visit onepeakmedical.com to book your appointment today. One Peak Medical, accepting new patients and covered by most insurances. Low and outside on the first pitch to Danny Womack for ball one. Blake trying to keep the Docs ahead, 3-0. And the 1-0 pitch will come too far inside to Danny Womack, and Withers will put on a runner with a hit by pitch. 1 on and 1 away for the Challengers. Jack Riley will bat, the right fielder. 1 on, 1 away. Riley, the right fielder, bats from the left side. He fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Eli Christ is the cleanup hitter. He waits on deck. Callan Vreem, the first baseman, batting fifth. Caden Starr, the DH, will bat in the sixth spot. Dylan Butler, the center fielder, batting seventh. Caden Koffler, the catcher, hits eighth. And the left fielder, Adam Elliott, will bat ninth. As a pitch in the dirt, taking off for second base goes Womack. That'll be a pitch in the dirt. 1-1 count for Danny Womack. He's into second base. Jack Riley now a man in scoring position to try and drive in with 1 away. Withers looks to second, delivers in, swung on and missed. The off speed. Riley out in front of it as that ball sinks right underneath the bat. A 1-2 count. Behind the plate, Knox Hubbard catching for Blake Withers. His second straight game catching. No Parker Burke today for the Docs. The 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2-2 count for Withers. Out at first base, the younger brother for Blake Withers, Daniel Withers. Sebastian Watson at second. Austin Takahashi at third. Cade Johnson at short. In the outfield, Justin Jenks, Carson Dunn, and Braxton Dill. Your defense from left to right. 2-2 pitch from Withers. Ground ball tapper back in front of the mound. Knox Hubbard fires it down to Daniel Withers for the out. Up to third base goes Womack. Swinging bunt for Riley. 2-3 is the put out. 2 down, and Eli Christ will bat with a man at third. Jack Riley, he's a quick runner down the line, so that had to be a quick play for Knox Hubbard behind the plate, but he rifled that ball down to Withers with some good velocity. Got it there with plenty of time for the out. First pitch, strike one on the outside corner to the cleanup man, Christ. At third base, Womack, 90 feet from home, trying to get the Challengers on the board here in the first. Docs lead 3-0. Another pitch on the outside corner, just missing low, 1-1 count. Here in the bottom of the first, 2 down, Eli Christ, a 1-1 count. Check swing, couldn't hold up. Strike 2. And Christ behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 down and Danny Womack at third. Blake Withers trying to get through this first inning. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, got him handcuffed. Withers, bare hands, throws the first, won't get it there in time. The throw gets away. The runner will move up 90 feet. Sebastian Watson tracks down the ball in foul territory. A run does score, and into scoring position goes Eli Christ. So the Challengers on the board, and a runner at second. First error of the game for the Docs. Eli Christ with the RBI. That was going to be a base hit, then the error moves him up to second base. That'll bring up Callan Vreem, the first baseman. 3-1 our score here in the first inning. First pitch inside near the hands for ball 1. That swing by Eli Christ, he got jammed. That one in on the hands. Got a lot of spin on the ball. It just died on the infield grass. Withers barehanded it, but had to get his feet underneath him, and his throw to first was offline and got by Daniel Withers at first base, and that allowed Chris to go an extra 90 feet as a strike in. 1-1 count here for Vreem. It just looked as if Withers was not going to have a chance to get Christ at first base on that swinging bunt. The 1-1 pitch for Withers. Breaking ball is popped up high in the air towards left field. Long run for the left fielder, and it drops in for a base hit as Justin Jenks will not be able to catch the ball. Run scores, and it's 3-2. Docs still in front, but another run in here in the first inning that shouldn't have scored for the Challengers. And Callan Vreem will get in for out to second base. And Justin Jenks, who is traditionally an infielder, trying to play in left field. That ball into the air, into the sun, and he just overran it. It's a check swing, goes around. Caden Starr will have strike one. 2 errors here in the first inning for the Docs defensively. The 0-1 pitch from Withers. That ball, the right field, going into foul territory. It lands for strike 2. Caden Starr DHing for the starting pitcher Troy Anderson, who now has a little bit of a sigh of relief. The offense has helped him out, getting a couple of runs across to get this game close here, 3-2, after the Docs scored 3 runs in the top of the first. Pause in the action there as the umpire was talking with Daniel Withers at first base. I'm not sure what that would have been about. 0-2 pitch here for Blake Withers, trying to get through this first. Docs could have possibly had it a couple of at-bats ago. In the dirt, Starr lets it go by, a 1-2 count. So far here in the first inning, 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors for the Docs. 3-2 the score. Docs in front. That ball in the air out towards center field. Long run. Carson Dunn will watch that one hit off the warning track. Tie ball game. A double for Caden Starr. And the Challengers have tied it up here in the first. So any of the positive momentum the Docs had in the top of the first has disappeared here in the bottom of the first. Caden Starr got that one up into the jet stream. It carries all the way to the warning track. And that drives in Vreem from second. And it is a 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. Dylan Butler, he'll find the alley out in right field. That's going to drop in, and the Challengers are going to take a lead as Butler's going to head for second base. He's going to turn for third. He's going to try for a triple, and he'll get in standing up. He took a hard turn looking towards home, but will go back to third. Dylan Butler will drive in another run for the Challengers, and the Docs' 3-run lead is gone here in the first inning. So the Challengers will take a 4-3 lead here against Blake Withers in the first inning. Withers got a strikeout, then hit a batter, then got a swinging bunt for an out, but then gave up another swinging bunt for a single. An error allowed a runner to move up 90 feet. A run had come in at that point, then a drop fly ball in left field, followed by a double and a triple, and this inning has gotten out of control for the Docs. Low and inside, strike one to Caden Koffler, the catcher. Well, the Doc Stewarts will have to find a way to dig themselves out of the hole again. And low and inside, a 1-1 count. 1-1 count. Caden Koffler at the plate. The delivery in. That ball in the air out towards left field in the alley, but this one will hang up long enough for Carson Dunn, and that will finish things in the first. Doc Stewarts give up the lead. 4 runs in for the Challengers. They lead 4-3 as we go to the top of the second inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Heading to the top of the second inning, Doc's Baseball and the Score brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. And by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Well, an exciting first inning. 3 runs in the top of the first by the Docs, 4 in the bottom of the first by the Challengers. And we are heading to the second with the Challengers leading by 1. It'll be Justin Jenks, Carson Dunn, and Austin Takahashi to lead things off for the Docs here in the second inning as they try to climb their way back in front. Obviously, the Docs took the 3-0 lead, but the Challengers were not going to give up that easily as they pitch in. I thought for a strike. We all in agreement up here that was a strike. Scoreboard didn't put it up there. Justin Jenks takes outside, a 1-1 count. So 1-1 count. Justin Jenks, the left fielder, his first at-bat of the evening. He'll take a strike on the inside corner. Justin is batting .250 on the season. 32 at-bats for him this year. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Lost his footing on that one, and he will go down with the strikeout. First out for the Challengers here in the second. Second strikeout in the game for Troy Anderson. Carson Dunn will bat with nobody on as the 9-hitter digs in. Carson finishing with a 1-for-2 game in game 1. Drew a walk in his first at-bat. He'll take down the middle low for ball 1. A 1-0 count is outside. 2 balls and no strikes for Carson Dunn. Austin Takahashi waiting on deck. The 3rd hitter due up. Top of the orders. The Docs will try to start adding up the pitches for Anderson. That'll help. A line drive to left field. Carson Dunn will get a single out of the 9-hole for the Doc Stewarts. 4th hit in the ballgame for the Docs against Anderson, and a runner on base with 1 away for Roseburg. Sun continues to shine down here at Sweet Johnson Stadium. Shadows starting to creep out from behind home out towards the field as the sun sets behind us. Temperatures very comfortable out there with a nice breeze here in the press box. They do have the air conditioning running. Windows are open, so getting a little bit of everything. Looking at 86 degrees in Eugene right now. There's a pitch on the outside corner called for a strike against Takahashi. Austin drew a walk in the first inning. They eventually came around to score. The 0-1 pitch to him. Takes for strike 2. That ball on the outside corner hitting the top end of the zone. An 0-2 count. Out at first base, Carson Dunn. The speedster staring to the pitcher, not running. Ground ball towards the second baseman, Womack. Flips it to Mullins. Mullins throw back to first, not in time. They'll get 1. There's 2 down. Still a runner on at first for the Docs as Takahashi reaches on the fielder's choice. So 2 down. And it'll bring up Sebastian Watson. Docs trailing 4-3 here in the top of the second. Watson a double to left field. back in the first. Get underneath another one out towards center field. This is a routine ball out to Dylan Butler in center, who makes the grab to retire the side. Doc Stewart's get a man on base but cannot bring him around. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and one man left on base. So we go to the bottom of the second. Doc Stewart's trail 4-3 against the Challengers on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Bottom of the second inning, Blake Withers trying to keep it a one-run deficit against the Challengers. Will miss low and outside for ball one against Adam Elliott, the left fielder. A 1-0 pitch to him inside, a 2-0 count. 4-3 our score. Doc's Baseball on the Score, brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. 3-0 count for Elliott on the inside. On the mound, Blake Withers out of his windup. He fires one down the middle for a strike. In that first inning, Doc's got the first two outs with one man on base, and then things kind of fell apart as the 3-1 outside for ball four. A walk to lead things off here in the second for Elliott. 9-hitter gets on base, and it'll be the leadoff man, Cooper Mullins, to step up with one on and nobody out. There was one man on base with two outs, then the Docs an infield single, then a drop the fly ball in left field, a double hit deep to the left field, left center fence, a triple hit to the right center fence, and then finally get the out. So a couple of batters. That infield single could have, if they play it cleanly, could have been an out. The drop fly ball should have been the third out. It really should still be a lead for the Docs. As a line drive by Mullins into left field. Goes by Takahashi. Stabbed at it with his glove, but tough kind of with the sun in that direction. He just had to do his best to try and get the glove in front of it, but playing in a little bit with a runner at first and nobody out. It was instant reaction, and he just couldn't get the glove out there in front in time. Base hit for Cooper Mullins. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Elliott goes to second. Mullins on at first. Danny Womack hit by a pitch his first time up. He'll stand in. Daniel Withers creeping in from first. As expected, Danny Womack does show a bunt. He takes for strike one. So you look back at it. Probably should have been just one run scored by the Challengers in that first inning, but the Docs end up giving up four as a bunt attempt missed on the inside corner, and it's strike two for Danny Womack. Elliott out at second base. Cooper Mullins at first. An 0-2 pitch here for Womack. Still in on the grass is Daniel Withers at first base. In case of a bunt, Womack will take a breaking ball in the dirt for a 1-2 count. Looks like the Pepsi Bottle Caps today getting a sweep against South Coos in a pair of games on the road, winning 9-1 and 12-2 against South Coos. As a 1-2 pitch misses. 2-2 count here for Danny Womack. So a couple of wins for the Bottle Caps today. The Roseburg Loggers
We're also in action here this evening over at Willamette. They're probably still playing game 2 of that doubleheader. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A strikeout for Womack. And for Blake Withers, that's his first, or make that his second strikeout in the ball game. First out coming here in the second. Strikeouts are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Visit onepeakmedical.com to book an appointment today. They are accepting new patients and covered by most insurances. Jack Riley, tapper back on the infield, fielded by the catcher the last time he was at the plate. He'll take in the dirt for ball 1. That's the other thing. You got Jack Riley, who swung and just hit a little tapper on the infield that was taken by Knox Hubbard behind the plate, who throws to first for the out. Then following him, Eli Christ had a swinging bunt on the infield as well. So that first inning, 4 runs come in, and the Challengers had 2 hitters that barely got it. They didn't even get it past the mound on the infield. So not a lot of hard hit balls until later in that inning when a double and a triple came in as a strike taken on the 1-1 pitch. Jack Riley, a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and 2 runners on. So just yet another frustrating inning for this Docs team defensively. Just can't seem to get out of their own way in these games. The 1-2 pitch, pulled right side, will get into right field. A slow roller, and a runner is going to come around third and score on the single by Jack Riley. Playing up the middle was Sebastian Watson at first base. Daniel Withers thought that ball not in his range, so he goes to cover at first, and nobody there to get it as that ball trickles into the outfield. And with the slow roll of that ball, it allowed the runner from second to come around to score. Adam Elliott makes it 5-3. The Challengers in front, and runners on the corners with still just 1 away. Cooper Mullins going first to third on the single. Eli Christ will put one in the air, or out into center field. It lands in. Throwing in is Carson Dunn. The throw to third. Do they get it there in time? Yes, they will. Jack Riley thrown out trying to go first to third. Kenny Niles, a brief word with the umpire. But the call will stand as Riley thrown out trying to go first to third on the single by Eli Christ. And Christ will drive in another run. That brought in Cooper Mullins from third. Now 6-3. The Challengers are in front with 2 outs. So with 2 down, 6-3. The Challengers in front. First pitch, ball 1 to Callan Vreem. 0-1 count. Vreem hit the ball in the air out to left field his last time up, and it was misplayed by Justin Jenks out there. Blake Withers will deliver it in. That ball out to left field again. Better hit this time, and it's not going to be playable for Justin Jenks as that one clears the fence for a 2-run homer. And it is now 8-3. The Challengers in front. So Callan Vreem will clear the bases. Eli Christ scoring from first. And Callan Vreem touching them all here in the second.
That brings up the designated hitter, number 9, Caden Starr.
So it'll bring up Caden Starr, who had a double in the first inning and scored a run. Docs trailing by 5. 4 runs in here in the second. Scoreboard behind up there. A pitch taken for a strike to Caden Starr. Bases empty with 2 outs. Withers will get a swing and a miss for strike 2 to Starr. The 0-2 pitch swung on and foul tip to stay alive for Starr. So Withers trying to get through it here, but he's given up 4 runs. No action in the bullpen for the Docs at the moment, as that's a line drive that'll get in for another base hit for Starr. And the hit parade continues for the Challengers here in the second. Starr keeps it going with 2 outs, puts a man on at first.
Next up, number 11, center fielder.
5th hit in the second inning for the Challengers. They're up to 8 total in this one. After a walk to Adam Elliott, then a single by Cooper Mullins, a strikeout, but then a single, home run, single is another ball hit by Dylan Butler here, but foul down the third base line for strike one. So Jack Riley drove in a run with a single. Eli Chris driving in a run with a single. A two-run home run for 2 RBI for Callan Vreem. And now Caden Starr on at first. The 0-1 pitch in the air to center field. Carson Dunn fighting the sun, drifting back in front of the warning track. He does come up with it. Long way to go. Dylan Butler had a triple in the first, almost dropped one in again over the top of Carson Dunn, but he can't quite get it far enough out there. So 4 runs come in on 5 hits, no errors for the Docs this time around, and there was 1 man left on base. It's 8-3 our score going to the top of the third on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Top of the third inning, Doc Stewart's trailing against the Challengers by a score of 8-3. 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second for the Challengers. Docs had 3 in the first inning to start out the ball game. Took the lead, but could not hang on to it. Jace Johnson will bat. He had a 2-run double back in the first inning. He leads things off here against Troy Anderson. First pitch, strike 1 to Johnson on the inside corner, right around the hands. Docs Baseball today is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts. Give them a call at 672-5701. A 1-1 count for Johnson. A 1-1 count. The throw in from Anderson is high for a 2-1 count. So Jace Johnson at the plate. Troy Anderson now with a comfortable margin to try and work with here. 8-3 the score. His offense has backed him up pretty good as a ball popped up into the air. Shallow center field coming in. Long way to go. Butler gets underneath it with Danny Womack, Cooper Mullins, and I think even Jack Riley made his way into the vicinity of that one. High fly ball that is taken by the center fielder for out number 1. 1 away, and it's Dominic Titone that will stand in. He popped out to the third baseman back in the first. Titone looking for his first hit of the day. He went 0 for 3 in game 1. Titone will take on the outside corner for a strike. The 0-1 count. Anderson, out of his stretch, delivers in a strike. An 0-2 count for Dom. The 0-2 delivery here by Anderson is high and away for a 1-2 count. Looking around Area 4 earlier today, the Medford Mustangs getting a win against the Klamath Falls Falcons. Game 1 of a doubleheader, 10-2. The 1-2 pitch fouled off by Titone. Believe that was, I think those games are down in Medford today. Yesterday, the Mustangs winning 2 games of a doubleheader. They got an 11-0 win in game 2. As a ball to right field, Dominic Titone will drop one in for a base hit with one out here in the third. There to get to it, Jack Riley will send it back in. A line drive single to right field for Dom on the 2-strike pitch by Anderson. And Dom gets on safely for the first time here today. 1 on, 1 away. Daniel Withers batting 0 for 1 with a fly ball out to the second baseman in the first. Bats with 1 out and 1 on. So Medford winning 2 yesterday against Klamath Falls, get game 1 of a doubleheader today. Non-league play. Klamath Falls not an American Legion baseball team this summer, so not an Area 4 team. 1-0 pitch for Withers is high and inside. Knox Hubbard waits on deck. He had the RBI single back in the first that came with 2 outs. Withers at the plate with a 2-0 pitch coming from Anderson. He gets him to pop that one up. Back behind home. Giving chase is Koffler, but he runs out of room. That'll be strike 1 for Daniel Withers as that ball makes its way into the stands. Medford and Eugene, or the Emerald Challengers, will play for the Area 4 title coming up this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. The winner of that series will claim the automatic berth into the state tournament coming up starting July 23rd. Inside on the 2-1 pitch by Anderson. Withers with a 3-1 count. So that'll be a big weekend going on between the Challengers and the Mustangs Saturday and Sunday. That ball popped up in the air for Withers, high out to center field. Caught by Butler for the second out. Knox Hubbard will bat 2 away with a man on at first.
Roseburg, the catcher, number 4, Knox Hubbard.
8-3 our score here in the third inning. Top of the third, Docs trailing by 5 after taking a 3-0 lead in the first. Back-to-back doubles got things really going there in that first inning. But the Docs couldn't hang on to the lead. High and away, ball 1. Hubbard, that RBI in his first at-bat. He launches one towards right field. Long run out there for Riley at the foul line. He does collect the baseball for the final out. I was going to tell you that Knox Hubbard with that RBI, he's up to 13 on the season, but unfortunately, as I was looking up that stat, the top of the third comes to an end. Doc Stewart's unable to do anything against Troy Anderson in the third inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Go to the bottom of the third. Doc Stewart's trailing 8-3 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Top of the third inning, the catcher, number 23, Kaden Koffler.
Bottom of the third inning, Doc Stewart's currently trailing 8-3 against the Emerald Challengers out of the Eugene Springfield area. First pitch, strike 1 to Caden Koffler. Koffler flew out to center field in his only at-bat so far against Blake Withers, who stays in the game for the Docs. Pitch low, 1-1 count. want to say thanks to everybody that tuned in and watching. I'm glad to see that things seem, I'm going to jinx it here, but I'm going to say it anyways. Glad to see that it seems like things have stabilized on our internet signal. It's a pitch in low, 2-1 count for Withers against Koffler. Appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us. Video streaming coverage of Docs Baseball is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship of Docs Baseball this summer. There's a 2-1 pitch, grounder towards short. Jace Johnson throws low to first, and it will get away. Heading for second will go Koffler. No throw by Watson. And another error for the Doc Stewarts, their third here in Game 2. Koffler will get to second base on the error. So that'll be the third in the game for the Docs. A man at second base with nobody out. Want to say thanks to the Cow Creek Tribe, who will be sponsoring our coverage of the upcoming AAA American Legion State Tournament there at Champion Car Wash Field. We will have live video coverage of every game in the tournament. So if you are a fan of a team from outside the Roseburg area, you can tune in, or if you're not making the trip down to Roseburg for those games, you can tune in and watch them streaming live online at 541radio.com. As a pitch on the inside corner, taken for a strike, a 1-1 count here for Adam Elliott, who walked and scored a run in the second. So every game from the tournament will be streaming live online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Pitch high, 2 balls and a strike for Adam Elliott. Elliott trying to send it back to the top of the order with another runner on base. Cooper Mullins waiting on deck. That ball in the air out to left field. Justin Jenks waits, has a good look at that one. It comes down, caught for the first out here in the third for the Docs. Cooper Mullins will bat. He is 1 for 2 in the game with a single in his last at-bat, scored a run. He hits with 1 out and 1 on. Out at second base, Caden Koffler after the error to start off the third inning defensively for the Docs. High and away, 1-0 count to start for Mullins. So every game, the tournament gets started on Saturday. 4 games on that opening day of the 18 tourney. We'll have all 15 games of the tournament. Docs games will be on the radio and on the video stream like normal. There's a ground ball up the middle. Gets through, diving. Sebastian Watson couldn't get there in time. Coming around to score will be Caden Koffler, and it's now 9-3. The Challengers in front. On at first base is Cooper Mullins with his second hit of the game. On at first with 1 out, now 9-3. The Challengers in front. So Docs games will be radio broadcast as well as the video simulcast for the tournament, but then every other game will be video only. As a ground ball to second, tagging the bag, throw to first, scoop by Daniel Withers, and that will get the Docs out of things here in the third. A double play off the bat of Danny Womack. And he goes down 6-3 with the out. The double play made out at second base was Cooper Mullins on the ground, or on the unassisted out for Jace Johnson. So the Doc Stewarts limit the damage, but one more run in for the Challengers. They're on top 9-3 as we go to the top of the fourth inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Top of the fourth inning. We'll get a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here in just a moment as the Docs trail against the Challengers. But first, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Docs Baseball on the Score.
Braxton Dill.
Nine to 3 our score as we start the fourth inning with Braxton Dill at the plate. Foul ball right side will get into the hedges for strike one for Dill. We'll take a look at the numbers. 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for the Docs. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Challengers. And the Challengers have scored 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third. Doc Stewart's had all 3 of their runs in the first inning. That's your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Shop local, shop Garrettson Building Supply, supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. Strike 2 taken by Braxton Dill, who struck out looking in the first. The 0-2 from Anderson. Strike 3 called, drop third strike, tag applied by Koffler. And Braxton Dill goes down with another strikeout, his second of the game, third of the contest for Anderson. 1 away, Justin Jenks will bat. Jenks also a strikeout back in the second inning. Swings at the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch for Justin Jenks. Troy Anderson kicks and fires. Jenks gets underneath one, but it's not going to be very deep. Shallow left field, charging in. Won't be able to get there in time. Adam Elliott will have to take it on the one hop as that ball drops in for a base hit. At first, it looked like that ball hit pretty well by Justin. But then quickly realizing it didn't have enough to really carry all that deep, but out in left field, Elliott, an odd angle for him. Probably didn't realize how far that ball was carrying. He had to race in and couldn't get there in time. It's a single for Justin Jenks. That'll be the 6th hit in the game for the Docs. They've had a hit in every inning, but have only scored back in the first. First pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 1. Carson Dunn, an 0-1 count. The ball gets by Caden Koffler behind the plate. So that'll be a pass ball for Koffler, and that allows Justin Jenks to take second. An 0-1 count for Dunn, who had a single in the second. Anderson delivers to the plate. Breaking ball for a strike. An 0-2 count for Carson. 9-3. 9-3 our score here in the top of the fourth inning. The Challengers currently leading. A soft liner towards third, picked up. The throw to first is there in time to get done. Eli Christ across to Callan Vreem for the out. Nice job by Christ to play it on the short hop. Tried to look back the runner at second. Already going was Justin Jenks. So Jenks gets to third safely. 2 down in the top of the order coming up for the Docs as Carson Dunn grounds out. Austin Takahashi at the plate looking for his first hit here in Game 2. Had a hit in Game 1. On the mound, Anderson will kick and fire. Strike 1 taken by Takahashi. A check swing. He didn't go around, but that's called for a strike against him. Takahashi a walk back in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second. The 0-1 to him. Ground ball right side, falling down, coming up with it. Danny Womack will retire Takahashi at first, and that finishes off things in the fourth inning for the Doc Stewarts. So here in the fourth, again, Docs get a hit, but they do not bring in a run. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, 9-3. The Challengers in front of the Docs on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Riley.
We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Jack Riley to lead things off against the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. First pitch, strike one. Blake Withers on the mound for his fourth inning of work. Ground ball towards shortstop, and it goes off the glove for Jace Johnson, and it's another misplay for the Docs. So we start things off here in the fourth inning. Docs Baseball is brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, accepting new patients, so give the dentist a call at 541-378-6694. Riley will get on for a second time. That is the fourth error in the ballgame for the Docs. First pitch swinging for Eli Christ, launches one to center field. Carson Dunn can't get there, takes it on the one hop on the warning track, throws it in. Runner heading for the plate. The throw will not be in time. Sebastian Watson didn't know where to go with it immediately, and he hesitated for a moment. If he maybe turns and throws, he might have a chance. But scoring from first, Jack Riley, lots of speed for him. Comes around to score after reaching on the air. So Eli Christ with a double, his third hit in the ball game. Makes it now 10-3. The Challengers in front of the Docs. 7-run lead now for the team out of the Eugene-Springfield area. Blake Withers hits the outside corner for a strike against Callan Vrim, who has a 2-run homer back in the second. Also reached on an error in the first and has scored twice. The 0-1 pitch here for Withers is low for a 1. We'll have tomorrow off as their schedule progresses through the week. Tomorrow off, they get back to it on Thursday and Friday, and then we'll have the weekend against Klamath Falls. As an inside pitch fouled off the hands, out of play. Strike two for Vrem. A 1-2 count. So the Docs will play at home, a doubleheader on Saturday against the Klamath Falls Falcons starting at noon, and then they play at Klamath Falls on Sunday, a doubleheader starting at noon. Those will be the final games of the regular season. This weekend, radio-only broadcasts again for you. As I'll have a couple of buddies filling in. Vrem swings and misses at a breaking ball in the dirt. One away. The runner goes from second to third and will get in safely. Eli Christ will steal third base. Drop third strike. And the throw down to first gets Vrem. That is the third strikeout in the game for Blake Withers. One away. Runner at third. Caden Starr, a double and a single for him in this game. With a runner out at third base for him. And just one away. Already one run in here in the fourth. The defense will play in on the grass as a ground ball fouled down the third base side for strike one. Brian Prowse will fill in on Saturday in the home doubleheader for us, and then Kenny Sherman will take over on Sunday for the doubleheader down at Klamath Falls. Appreciate everybody that is taking some time to fill in this summer. They all tell me that they are more than happy to do so as a pitch low and outside, a 1-1 count. It's allowed me to make a little more of the summer besides just being at the ballpark all summer long. My wife thanks them, and thanks to you, the listeners, for allowing me to get out of here. As a ball hit high in the air out to left field by Caden Starr, but it will be playable for Justin Jenks. Tagging and heading to the plate. The throw will get cut off, and another run in on the sac fly by Caden Starr. So it'll be now a 8-run lead, an 8-run lead for the Challengers against the Docs as Dylan Butler will bat with nobody on base and 2 away. So that'll wrap up the regular season this weekend, and then the Docs will have all next week to prepare for the state tournament starting on Saturdays. The first pitch swinging for Dylan Butler is going to find the alley in left field all the way to the fence. Butler will have his second extra base hit of the game, a stand-up double with 2 outs, and the Challengers continue to smack the ball around the ballpark. 2 down, and it'll be the 8-hitter Caden Koffler getting a chance to hit. So 2 doubles here in the 4th inning for the Challengers as they add to their total, now 11 hits in this ball game. Caden Koffler still looking for his first hit in this game. Ball bounces in, gets away from Hubbard. The runner will take third. Butler, a wild pitch, moves him up 90 feet. That breaking ball in the dirt off the chest protector for Knox. Tried his best to collect that ball. A 1-0 pitch high, 2-0 count for Koffler, the catcher. Nobody in the bullpen for the Docs. They're going to continue to run with Blake Withers here, who has given up 11 hits and 11 runs. The ball is popped up foul out of play for strike 1. And they've hit Blake Withers pretty good here. A home run, a number of doubles, a triple in there. He's given up some big hits, but he has not gotten the necessary help behind him to help limit any damage in this one. And so not all on Blake Withers here in Game 2. This is 2-1 pitch. Inside will go to a 3-1 count for Koffler. Bottom of the 4th inning, 74 pitches according to the scoreboard for Withers. Koffler waiting on the 3-1 pitch. Hits a sharp ground ball, third base side, snagged by Takahashi, collects himself, throws across the diamond for the out. And that will finish things off here in the 4th inning for the Challengers. Doc Stewart's give up 2 runs as the Challengers get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. We are through 4 innings of play. It's 11-3. The Challengers in front of the Docs on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Roseburg, Clint Newell, Dr. Stewart's Baseball here on The Score is sponsored by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. 11-3 our scores. We start the 5th. Doc Stewart's will have Watson, Johnson, and Tatone, the 3 hitters scheduled in this frame. Sebastian 1 for 2 today with a double back in the first. When the Docs took a 3-0 lead, they now trail 11-3. Pitch in the dirt by Troy Anderson, who's on the mound working into the 5th inning. Shadows have crept out from behind home and are stretching out onto the infield. Sun is kind of starting to fade, and that has given us a little better contrast for those watching online. A pitch low again, 2-0 count for Watson. Shadows haven't quite made their way into the outfield just yet. Lights starting to flicker on, it looks like, here at Sweet Johnson Stadium on the campus of North Eugene High School. 2-0 pitch from Anderson is high and inside. And Troy Anderson will be behind Sebastian Watson. 3 balls, no strikes, leading things off here in the 5th. 3-0 delivery here for Anderson. He does work one across for a strike. Anderson has issued just 1 walk in this ballgame so far. That was to Austin Takahashi to lead off the game. Sebastian Watson had the first hit of the game for the Docs, as he will take another strike at the top of the zone. Every first hit of the game for a Doc Stewart's is presented by MSK True Value. Make sure you don't swing and miss with your next home project. Make it a hit with MSK True Value and Building Supply in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Ground ball, third base side, snagged by Chris, going to the foul line. Throws the first, stretch by Callan Vrim at first, and he will stay on the bag for the out. 1 away on the defense there for the Challengers.
The shortstop, number 1, Jace Johnson.
Cade Johnson will bat 1 for 2 with a 2-run double back in the first. Been a tough day defensively at shortstop for Johnson. Looking to try and do something with the bat here. The first pitch is low for ball 1. Lights are starting to come on as the sun quickly fading away here at Sweet Johnson Stadium. Like, the sun was on us when this inning started, and we're 1 out into it, and boy, it already feels like the sun's gone below the horizon. Pitch just above the zone, a 2-0 count for Cade Johnson, the South Umpqua product. Flew out to center field in his last at-bat. 1 away with nobody on. The 2-0 pitch is low, 3 balls and no strikes. Well, Docs fans tuning in, you might sense the frustration in my voice. I'm sure you can probably guess that there's a lot of frustrations down in the dugout for the Docs as a 3-0 pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Cade Johnson, the second baseman, the shortstop, with a double back in the first. 3-1 pitch to him, he'll take for strike 2. Full count pitch here to Johnson. And Docs will have some time. They know where they're going to be coming up next week. They'll be in the state tournament, but line drive shot back up the middle for Cade Johnson. He'll have his second hit as it again takes the Sweet Johnson hop into center field, rolling up the lip after the infield dirt and then flying into center field. So Cade Johnson will have his second hit of the game, 2 for 3 in this one. And he's on at first. Docs knew they were going to be in the state tournament, so they've got that ace in their pocket. But when it comes to trying to win in the tournament, they're not doing themselves any favors by the way this season is wrapping up for them. As a pitch low and outside, ball 1. I think we're seeing that Area 4 has got some of the best teams in the state. Challengers and the Mustangs going to be teams that challenge for it this year, as they did last year with Eugene winning against Medford for the state title. So obviously the Docs are seeing some really great challenges in Area 4 league play, but you were hoping they would build some momentum, and you were hoping that they would maybe carry some confidence and positive momentum going into the postseason, building some kind of finding a groove down the stretch run, and it's been anything but. As a pitch high and away, 3-0 count here for Dominic Titone. The Medford games just got away from them. These games against the Challengers, Docs have been in every one of them. I know the score is 11-3 right now, but the Docs led 3-0 after the top of the first. They were in this game, and then they just let it get away as a pitch comes in high, a walk issued to Dominic Titone. And he will draw a walk. Second one issued by Troy Anderson. Runners at first and second with 1 away. So it doesn't necessarily feel the most rosy at the moment for the Docs, but there is that silver lining. But now they are really going to have to work hard over the next week and a half to put all of this last week and a half behind them. The struggles against Medford, the struggles here against the Challengers, put it all behind them and find a team that we've seen at times throughout this season. As a pitch down the middle for a strike to Daniel Withers. Docs have won 18 games. They've playing their 35th right now. They are a team that can play really well against good talent, but I'm not sure where that team has gone when playing against Area 4 teams. This team almost won the Coach K Classic down in Medford against the two-time defending American Legion World Series champion, Idaho Falls, as they strike on the outside corner to Daniel Withers, a 1-2 count. It was a 2-run walk-off homer in that championship game by Idaho Falls that gave them the 3-2 win. Docs were a couple outs away from getting the win against Idaho Falls in that one. So we know they can be a good team. It's a pitch ducking out of the way. Withers stays out of the path of that baseball, a 2-2 count. Just got to find the way to get back to that team and realize that, yeah, there's some success recently on the other side of the diamond against these Area 4 teams, but the Docs can have it as well. As a ball lifted into the air to center field. Daniel Withers flies to center fielder Dylan Butler, and there is 2 down in the top of the 5th. We'll bring up Hubbard, the catcher for the Docs, 1 for 2 today.
The catcher, number 4, Knox.
So we'll see. Obviously, got to erase a lot of bad memories here in recent history for the Docs as they look to try and finish out the season strong against Klamath Falls for 1, and then build some momentum going into the state tournament where the Docs are guaranteed 2 games and hoping that they will play more than just those 2. Knox, last time up, flew out to right field. First pitch is low for ball 1. This Docs baseball game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? A 1-0 count. Troy Anderson needing one more out to get through the top of the 5th. We'll get a fly ball to left field. Going back is Elliott at the warning. Hits off the fence. Knox Hubbard racing into second. 1 run will score. Dominic Titone will score without a throw. And it's a 2-run double for Dominic Titone. Or excuse me, for Knox Hubbard, scoring Dominic Titone and Jace Johnson. And there's a little positive momentum for the Docs here. Knox Hubbard.
Right fielder, number 7, Braxton Dill.
Has got now 3 RBI in this game on his second hit. So 2 runs in. First pitch, strike 1 to Braxton Dill, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts looking. An 0-1 count. The pitcher Anderson will miss low. 1-1 count. Runner is going to take off for third. Knocks Hubbard in standing up. Wild pitch there for Anderson. The 1-1 pitch here for Braxton Dill. Hubbard at third base. Docs back within 6. Dill fouls that one towards the south end zone at North Eugene High School, I believe. You think that's south end zone down that way? South end zone? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Strike 2 for Braxton Dill. Breaking ball just missing high and away. Braxton has watched strike 3 go by the last 2 times he's been at the plate. That one not off by much, but Dill with the eagle eye watches it. A 2-2 pitch here for Anderson. Strike 3, third strikeout of the game for Braxton Dill. That is the 4th strikeout for Troy Anderson. He will get through the top of the 5th inning, but he gives up 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Docs. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Docs trailing by 6 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Leading off in the bottom of the 5th inning for your Emerald Red Door Challengers.
Head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Doc Stewart's Baseball, brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Nolan Christ will get a pinch hit appearance here for Adam Elliott to start things off in the 5th inning against Blake Withers. Withers will miss low and inside for ball one. 11-5 our score as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Challengers have scored in every frame so far. A strike across for a 1-1 count against Nolan Christ. Nolan Christ from Thurston High School, graduating here in 2022. It is low for a 2-1 count now. Blake Withers into his 5th inning of work. Total of 11 hits in this contest for the Challengers, 11 runs total. Strike on the inside corner to even up the count, 2-2 for Christ, Nolan Christ in this one. Top of the order, Cooper Mullins is waiting on deck. The on-deck hitter brought to you by Budget Lumber. 2-2 pitch breaking ball is in the dirt. Budget Lumber, they've got everything you need. If you're looking to build a deck, maybe you want to be on a deck. 3-2 pitch coming up here. It's ball four. That's Budget Lumber, always striving to be number one. A walk to lead things off for Nolan Christ. One on with nobody out, top of the order. Cooper Mullins, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles in this one. Cooper Mullins also struck out in his first at-bat. He will take low for ball one. Blake Withers, I have that down as his second walk. Yeah, that looks correct. His second walk issued is a pitch in for a strike, 1-1 count. The 1-1 from Withers will miss. The lefty Cooper Mullins ahead in the at-bat, 2 balls and a strike. Withers sends it in. Will catch the outside corner for a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch here for Withers. Doc's looking for maybe something they could turn a ball on. A ground ball right side. Sebastian Watson in front. Only options to go to first. They'll get the out there. So Nolan Christ goes up to second base. Mullins out at first on the 4-3 put out. Watson playing more up the middle on that ground ball. Had to range well to his left to get in front of it. Able to do so. But with that, he was out of position to try and throw back to second to get the lead runner, so they settle for the out at first. 1 out, a man at second base for the Challengers, leading 11-5. Blake Withers, pitch hit high in the air on the first offering. Daniel Withers, the first baseman, makes the catch. Still out at second base is Nolan Christ, and there's 2 down on the fly ball out for Danny Womack.
That brings up right fielder number 14, Jack Riley.
So 2 away. Jack Riley will bat. Jack Riley 1 for 3 in this contest. The lefty waits on the pitch from Withers outside for ball 1. Blake Withers up to about 93 pitches in this ball game. So getting near the limit. Docs may have to make a pitching change in this contest as it's low for Withers, a 2-0 count. Blake, the starter for the Docs. 2-0 count with 2 down to Jack Riley. Out at second base, Nolan Christ after his pinch hit walk. 2-0 pitch. Riley will take low and outside. Not sure who the Docs would go to in relief, and now they've got some action heading down to the bullpen. I wondered if maybe they might go to somebody that's playing defensively. 3-0 delivery is in for a strike. So the Docs will send I can't tell who's down there at the moment. 3-1 pitch outside, ball 4. And there's a walk with 2 outs to Jack Riley. Third walk in the game for Withers. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Eli Christ will bat. He is 3 for 3 in the game with 2 singles, a double, and 2 RBI. Blake Withers will fire in first pitch. Line drive foul down the third base side for strike 1. It is a 0-1 pitch. Withers gets another foul ball down the third base side. Out there, Tristan Ledbetter is one of the guys out there in left field, but I think, 18's the catcher, it looks like. 19's in left field, our left fielder, Justin Jenks. As the 0-2 pitch to Eli Christ is in the air. It's the shortstop, Jace Johnson, that'll get underneath it on the left field foul line. And makes the catch for the final out. And for the first time, the Docs will keep the Challengers off the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 5th. 6-run game. We go to the top of the 6th inning, 11-5. Docs looking to try and see if they can pull off a big comeback here against the Challengers as we go to the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Top of the 6th inning. Well, the Doc Stewart's within 6. 11-5 our score. It's been a game where a lot has happened, and maybe they can catch the Challengers a little flat-footed, feeling comfortable with a 6-run lead. See if the Docs can try and put something together here and see if they can come back for a win in their final Area 4 game. First pitch swinging for Justin Jenks, sends one high in the air towards left field. Shortstop Cooper Mullins will make the catch. Running out into the outfield grass, the shortstop underneath it to retire Jenks, who is now 1 for 3 in the ball game. Joey Keyran here with you from Sweet Johnson Stadium at Gary Selby Field. Bringing you Docs baseball tonight. My final game of the regular season. I'll be off for the weekend and then back with you for the state tournament run for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. 9-hitter Carson Dunn with one out takes strike one on the first pitch from Troy Anderson. Dunn is 1 for 2 in this game, had a single back in the second. The 0-1 pitch here from Anderson inside, and it's a 1-1 count. Doc Stewart's Baseball is brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball in for a called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Carson Dunn swings through it for strike 3. 5th strikeout in the game for Anderson, 2 down. Brings up Austin Takahashi. The third baseman is 0 for 2 in this game. Drew a walk in the first inning and scored when the Docs took a 3-0 lead. First pitch low for Takahashi. A 1-0 count. And the pitch low for Takahashi. Docs have had an arm warming up, and they actually just made their way back to the dugout. I could not get a good look at who it was. Could also maybe be Jordan White out there. There's a pitch high and away. A 3-0 count for Takahashi. 3-0 pitch for Anderson. He will get it in for strike 1. Top of the order with 2 outs and nobody on for the Docs here in the 6th inning. 3-1 swung on and missed. So the full count delivery here for Anderson against Takahashi. Outside for ball 4. Tak will draw another walk in this one. 3rd walk for Anderson. So 1 on with 2 down, and Sebastian Watson will get a chance to step in for a 4th time tonight. A double back in the first. The first pitch is a strike. Sebastian Watson had that double in the first inning, eventually scored on the double by Jace Johnson. That was his only time on base. He grounded out to 3rd his last time up. 1-1 count for Watson. Docs trying to bring some energy to this crowd. Ooh! Well, that is not going to be energy. That's kind of going to get the crowd's attention, though. A hit batter. Sebastian Watson will get on as he wears one on the dome. That ball coming in knocks the helmet off for Sebastian. He heads on down to first for Troy Anderson, his first hit batter in the ball game. And here comes Coach John Goldagger. He's going to go out there to have a conversation with Anderson, who is getting a pitch count pretty high here, and this might be it. The scoreboard reading 99 pitches in this game. If that's the case, this could very well be the final batter for Troy Anderson. Any changes on the mound are always brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you're looking to make a change when it comes to your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. He's got over 10 years of insurance experience. He can make sure you're getting what you need at a price that fits your budget, auto, home, life, and more. Call Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance at 672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote today. Goldagger will head back to the dugout. No changes made at this point in time. So it'll still be Troy Anderson And Kenny Niles and Goldagger out there talking, and they're calling time again. It looks like we're going to get a pitching change here. The scoreboard apparently may not be quite on top of it with the pitch count, and they may be forced to make a change here. 105 pitches is your limit. 101 is what our public address announcer is saying, who's also keeping their game changer. So looks like they're going to ask for the baseball from Troy Anderson, and going to bring in a new man. I believe that Vreem is going to be the guy that takes over on the mound. Callan Vreem. Vreem will go from first base to the mound. It looks like the DH, or excuse me, not the DH, but back into the game will come Cade Johansson to take over at first. We get some changes made. We will get a Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance call to the pen. We'll take a look at all the changes when we come back. The day done for Troy Anderson as he reaches his limit, and we'll get a new pitcher on the mound after this 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome you back here to Eugene and Swede Johnson Stadium, where the Roseburg Clinton Newell Dr. Stewart is currently trailing 11-5. We get a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. It'll be Callan Vreem on the mound, taking over for Troy Anderson, who goes 5 2/3 innings. There's 2 outs here in the 6th, and Cade Johnson at the plate. 2 for 3 today. He'll face a new man with runners at first and second, 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Doc's trailing 11-5. Joey Keyran with you. Out to the mound goes Koffler, Caden Koffler, to make sure that he's on the same page with Callan Vreem. Into the game, Cade Johansson takes over at first base defensively as Vreem goes from first to the mound. At first base, Sebastian Watson running for the Docs. Austin Takahashi out at second. And Vreem will miss outside on the first pitch to Cade Johnson, who has a double and a single in this one with 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. 1-0 pitch is high. 2-0 count. Lights are on. Not really fully taking effect so far here at the ballpark. The 2-0 pitch is low and outside, and Vreem struggling to find his zone so far. 3-0 count against Cade Johnson. Docs trailing by 6 with 2 outs. Looking to try and mount a rally here to see if they can maybe get a win before Area 4 league play wraps up. A generous strike on the outside corner to Cade Johnson from Callan Vreem. 3-1 count. And there's ball 4. So the bases are loaded. A walk, a hit batter, and a walk again. And the bases are juiced for the Doc Stewarts, who trail by 6. And I know there's 2 outs, but here's your chance if the Doc Stewarts want to get back in this game. Need something to happen here. It'll bring Dominic Tatone to the plate. Tatone 1 for 2 in this game. Walked and scored in his last at-bat in the 5th inning. Bases loaded without a hit here in the 6th for the Docs. First pitch, strike one on the inside corner from the righty to the lefty. Vrem, a right-handed pitcher on the mound. From North Eugene High School, graduated in 2021. This ball well hit out to the wall. It's going to bring in some runs for the Docs, putting a crooked number up. 2 runs in, a 3rd run heading to the plate. Dominic Titone with a 3-run double. And don't look now, folks. You might have counted them for dead. I was kind of in that corner, but the Doc Stewarts are rallying back, and they're down by 3 here against the Challengers in the 6th inning. Takahashi scores from 3rd. Sebastian Watson comes around from 2nd. And Jace Johnson all the way from 1st comes around to score with 2 outs on the double by Dominic Titone. So Titone out at second base. Docs trailing 11-8. First pitch swinging for Daniel Withers. Shallow center field. And that ball doesn't get caught. Withers is going to race for second. He's in there, and the Docs are within 2. A bloop single for Daniel Withers. Actually, I guess bloop double. That ball landing between every defender on the field, it seemed like. Right field, center field, shortstop, second base, all had a chance as they charged in. They all were in the vicinity. I don't know if any of them had a chance. Daniel Withers will drive in. Dominic Titone from second. The Docs have scored 4 here in the 6th. Ground ball up the middle. Knox Hubbard will send it to center field. They're going to send around the runner. Heading to the plate comes Daniel Withers. It's a single by Knox Hubbard. And what do you know? Why not? Let's make tonight crazy. It's 11-10. Doc Stewart's back within 1. Oh, my goodness. Knox Hubbard with his 3rd hit in the game, his 4th RBI, and he's on at first with 2 outs as the Docs, a 2-out rally here, have scored 5 runs in the 6th. And it is suddenly 11-10. And while the Docs just want to get some momentum and get a win in league play, this could be big for the Challengers here as a pitch low on the outside corner for a strike against Braxton Dill, who bats for a 4th time. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. An 0-1 count for Dill is low and outside. For the Challengers, it felt like they were cruising to a possible win. Now leading by only 1. Braxton Dill grounds one right side, picked up there by Danny Womack. Over to Joe Hansen to finish off the 6th inning. Docs send 9 hitters to the plate and score 5 runs to get back within 1. 11-10 your score going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's with a chance as they will make a move on the mound. We'll tell you more about it when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Docs have made it a ball game with 5 runs in the top of the 6th. It'll be a new man on the mound as Jordan White will take over for Blake Withers. It's a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you're looking to make a change, of course, get in touch with Chris at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Blake Withers goes 5 innings in this one. We'll hope that the offense can continue to make the comeback and see if they can erase a loss for Blake Withers. Jordan White will try to keep it a one-run ball game as he takes over on the mound. 5 innings. Blake Withers gave up 11 hits, gave up 11 runs. He walked 3 and finished with 3 strikeouts, according to my quick tallies. Also hit a batter in there as well. So that'll bring up the pitcher now. Callan Vrem will get a chance to lead things off against Jordan White. He'll take low and inside for ball 1. So the Docs going to make life interesting here tonight. Did not roll over, so give them credit for that. They've stormed back after trailing 11-3 in this ball game. A strike across for Jordan White. Jordan fires, gets a foul ball down the third base side off the railing in front of the Docs dugout for strike 2 to Vrem, who is 1 for 3 in this game. Had a 2-run homer back in the second. A 1-2 count. White will miss outside. The 2-2, a ground ball foul, third base side. Stays a 2-2 count. So 2-2 count with nobody out, leading things off here in the bottom of the 6th. And a 1-run ball game. The 2-2 from White. Ground ball chopped towards shortstop. Cade Johnson sets his feet, throws wide of first base, and it will stay in play. So Vrem will only get on at first. And that'll be an error again at shortstop for Cade Johnson. He fielded that one quickly. It looked like he had time to set his feet and throw. He gathered himself up, but he was well wide of the bag at first, pulling Daniel Withers off the bag down the first base line towards home. So 1 on for the Challengers with nobody out. Caden Starr will bat. He is 2 for 2 in the game. Had a sac fly for his last at-bat. He takes in the dirt from White. And, the DH comes out of the game with the defensive changes, so there we go. It'll be Cade Johansson that's batting here. He grounds one foul. 1-1 count for the new batter. Johansson, the DH in Game 1, getting his first at-bat here in Game 2. The 1-1 for Jordan White. That's a line drive, gets into left field for a base knock. Johansson will move Vrem up to second base. And that'll be
now batting center fielder, number 11.
Runners at first and second with nobody out for the Challengers. Dylan Butler comes up to bat, 2 for 3 in the game with a couple of extra base hits, a triple and a double. Lights are starting to take effect here at Sweet Johnson Stadium. Great sunset out there. That's a beautiful view for those watching online at 541radio.com. Presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. A bunt down the third base side. Got to get that ball. It's going to sit right on the foul line. Fair ball for Dylan Butler on a bunt that was walking the high wire right down the third base line. And the Docs all were standing around watching it, I think hoping that ball would travel foul, but it never did. And then it just sat on the chalk line and nobody did anything about it. A bunt single for Dylan Butler. Bases are loaded, and the Challengers, after giving up 5 in the top of the 6th, are looking to try and storm back in front with the bases loaded and nobody out. Jordan White will miss high to Caden Koffler, the catcher. He is 0 for 3 in the game. Docs play in with the bases loaded and nobody out. The 1-0 pitch inside, a 2-0 count. So Jordan White trying to get a ground ball that the Docs can go home to 1 on. Missing high, a 3-0 count, and a walk here does not do anyone any favors. Well, it does the Challengers some favors, I'd guess. Bases loaded. Caden Koffler at the plate. A 3-0 pitch from White. Ball 4, and the walk will drive in a run. So Caden Koffler will bring in a run on the first walk issued by Jordan White. Callan Vrem, who reached on the error, will score. Johansson to third, Butler to second, Koffler on at first, and it'll bring up a new hitter here in this 9 spot. Pitch is high for ball 1. So 12-10 our score. It is not a new hitter. It's Nolan Christ who will hit a line drive to right field. Past the diving Sebastian Watson. Another run in. And 2 runs will score for the Challengers on the single by Christ. Coming in Johansson and Butler. 3 runs in for the Challengers.
Coming to bat, the shortstop, number 1, Cooper.
And they are on top 14-10 now. So the Docs rally is now getting matched by the Challengers. Caden Koffler goes to second. So it was Nolan Christ. I thought for a moment it was a different number at the plate, but Christ driving in 2 with his single with the bases loaded. He's at first. Koffler at second. Top of the order, Cooper Mullins tried to lay down a bunt. He puts it foul for strike 1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1 delivery for Jordan White. Squaring to bunt again is Mullins. That pitch high and away. So if you've been looking for football scores, I know the fall is around the corner. We've got one here for you. 2 touchdowns for the Challengers. A touchdown and a field goal for the Docs right now. Is another bunt attempt by Mullins. It goes third base side foul. That'll be strike 2 for Mullins as he goes back to the plate. 3 runs in the first for the Docs, then 2 in the 5th, and 5 in the top of the 6th inning. Got them back into the ball game. They were within 1 to start the bottom of the 6th here. The Challengers have now scored in every inning except for the 5th inning. 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the 4th, and now 3 runs in here in the 6th. The 1-2 pitch is high. 2-2. Cooper Mullins, 2 for 4 day with a pair of singles. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove for strike 3, and Mullins will go down with the strikeout. First out for Jordan White and the Docs here in the 6th. First strikeout for Jordan White. All strikeouts by Docs pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Visit onepeakmedical.com. 1 away. It'll be Danny Womack, the second baseman, looking for his first hit. He will get it as he first pitch chops one to left field. Picked up by Justin Jenks, throws in. It's cut off by Takahashi. A run scores on the single by Danny Womack. And it is now a 5-run lead for the Challengers. Scoring was Caden Koffler from second base. Nolan Christ up to second. Runners at first and second still, 1 away. Jack Riley is the 8th hitter to hit here in the 6th inning. First pitch swinging, a comebacker to the mound. And Jordan White will go to first base. Never even looked to second to try and maybe go for 2, but does get the sure thing at first. 2 down. And up to third base goes Nolan Christ. Second base goes Danny Womack. Jack Riley grounds out. 2 down. It'll bring up Eli Christ, the 9th hitter, to the plate here in the 6th inning. First pitch swinging, ground ball up the middle, snagged by Jace Johnson, a strike to first. And that finishes off the 6th inning for the Challengers. Challengers get 4 runs across as they pull back ahead by 5. Docs will need 5 runs to force the bottom of the 7th inning as we go to the top of the 7th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Top of the 7th inning, here we go. Last at-bats for the Docs, unless they can force it into extra innings as they try to get their first win in Area 4 league play. For the Doc Stewarts, it'll be Justin Jenks, Carson Dunn, and Austin Takahashi due up. Tonight's game is sponsored by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and by our friends at Good Vibration Solutions. For home theater and automotive audio, you can feel it at Good Vibes. 15-10 our score here in the second game of a doubleheader. On the mound, Callan Vrem is pitching in relief of Troy Anderson, needing 3 outs to finish this one off. The 1-0 pitch swung on, flied out to center field, and I believe that was Jace Johnson that gets a pinch hit performance. Yeah, Jace Johnson comes in as the pinch hitter in that spot for Justin Jenks. And he will fly out for the first out here. So Jenks not in that spot. It was Jace Johnson. That's the first out here in the 7th. Carson Dunn pops it up back behind home and gets up into the net. So 1 out. Carson Dunn, a strike against him. Docs need 5 runs. They got it back to within 1 at 11-10 after the top of the 6th inning, but then give up 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th and trail by 5. On the mound, Callan Vrem. The 0-1 pitch is high for a 1-1 count. Vrem came in with 2 outs in the 6th inning and runners at first and second, then gave up a walk, a double, a single, and that's what helped the Docs get back into that ball game. Is a 2-1 count for Carson Dunn at the plate. Top of the order waiting on deck. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll recap this wild one here tonight. As the pitch outside, and it is a 3-1 count. Bit of a wild one here with our score 15-10. 3-1 pitch from Vrem outside for ball 4. And a runner on base for the Docs. Still need more of that. And for Vrem, that'll be second walk that he has issued in relief. 1 on, 1 away. Austin Takahashi will try to get a hit parade going here and see if the Docs can tie it or take a lead. They're going to have to do it with 1 out. Takahashi has scored twice, looking for his first hit of this game, and will get it as he flares one to left field on the first pitch from Vrem. And that is an easy swing there by Austin Takahashi. His first hit in the game. He has had a hit in both games of this doubleheader. Flares it to left field. Runners at first and second. Doc still with plenty of work to do, hoping the top of the order can do it. Sebastian Watson will step in, 1 for 3 in this game. Scored in the 6th inning after getting hit by a pitch in the helmet. Breaking ball misses inside for a 1-0 count. Sebastian was the last batter to face off against Troy Anderson. The 1-0 pitch hits the outside corner, but no, I guess not. Doesn't catch the black. It's a 2-0 count. Anderson is in the dugout, hoping that the team can finish it off for him here, as that would give him a win. A ground ball to short and a throw to first, a double play. Sebastian Watson never even left the batter's box, and the game is over. The Docs are standing around like they don't know what happened, and it looks like the game is over. Sebastian Watson never left the batter's box. I don't know what happened there to lead to the confusion. I can't imagine that went off the foot of Sebastian Watson all the way to second base, but Watson never left the batter's box.
And everybody on the field seemed to be a little confused and surprised by that one. I don't know what to tell you. Just continues to add to what was a head-scratching day today here in Eugene. Final score 15-10 as the game surprisingly comes to an end here in the top of the 7th inning. We'll take a 3-minute break, and we'll come back with the post-game show to wrap it up for you on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Well, we welcome you back on this Tuesday evening as the Doc Stewarts fall and get swept by another Area 4 opponent here tonight. Docs will finish out the regular season 0-8 in Area 4 league play. Not the season they were hoping for in Area 4 play, but they know they'll be in the state tournament, so they've got that in their back pocket, hoping that that will pay some dividends for them here in the near future. But a tough one here tonight. Let's take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update for one last time here in this ball game tonight. Doc Stewart's a tough one against the Emerald Challengers, who pick up the win. 10 runs on 12 hits, 5 errors for the Docs with 7 men left on base. For the Challengers, 15 runs, 15 hits, no errors, and 7 men left on base. Troy Anderson gets the win. Blake Withers will take the loss. A game with a lot of runs in it. 3 runs in the first for the Docs. They led 3-0. Felt like, all right, here we go. A chance for the Docs to get one win in Area 4 play. Try and finish out things strong. And see if they could head home with a victory here today. But then in the bottom of the first, the Challengers got 4 runs on the board, took the lead, and would hold on to it the rest of the way. They added 4 in the second, another run in the third, and 2 more in the fourth. That put them up at the time 11-3 against the Docs. Docs would get 2 in the top of the 5th inning, and that made it 11-5. And they scored 5 runs in the top of the 6th inning to get back within a run. It was 11-10, but the Doc Stewarts unable to hang on to the narrow game. The Challengers get 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. The pull back out in front by 5 runs at 15-10. And in the Doc Stewarts in the top of the 7th inning, unable to chip away at it. A very odd finish to the ball game is Sebastian Watson at the plate hit a ground ball to shortstop. He never left the batter's box. He kind of just stood there at home plate as the Challengers turn a double play to finish off the ball game. And honestly, I'm not sure if Watson, the only explanation I can think of is that Watson maybe thought that he had hit it off himself and thought it was going to be called for a foul ball. If he did, that's one of the first times I've seen a foul ball make its way all the way out to the shortstop the way that one did. So a weird finish to the game, a kind of a weird night here in Eugene for the Doc Stewarts. Falling in Game 2, 15-10. In Game 1, the Docs losing 4-2. We'll take a look at more of the numbers and start wrapping things up here tonight to try and get back on the road home and let everybody get on their way here tonight, not hold everybody up. So we'll continue on with the post-game show. We'll look at the numbers here tonight, a lot of them to get to, and we'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Back after this 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle, matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Have been postponed until sometime next week. When? I don't know. So that's all I can tell you. This weekend, though, a big 4-game...
Back here at Sweet Johnson Stadium to wrap up the Area 4 league season for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, who will go to 0 play and go to 18-17 on the season, looking to try and finish strong this weekend with a pair of doubleheaders against the Klamath Falls Falcons. The Challengers improved to 35-11 on the season, now 4-0 in league play, setting up a huge weekend against the Medford Mustangs coming up for the Area 4 title. Taking a look at this one, Troy Anderson gets the win. He pitched 5 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. Taking the loss, Blake Withers, 5 innings, gave up 11 runs on 11 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. Callan Vrim came in, pitched an inning and a third, and Jordan White pitched 1 inning in relief for the Docs. Taking a look at the offensive numbers here tonight, Austin Takahashi gets a hit, scored twice. Sebastian Watson, 1 hit, scored 2 runs. in this one. Watson did have a double in this game for his one hit. Jace Johnson finishes with 2 hits, had a double. He drove in 2, scored 3 times. Dominic Tatone gets 2 hits in the game, scores twice, and drove in 3 runs with a double. Daniel Withers had an RBI double in the 6th inning. He also scored a run. Knox Hubbard had 3 hits in the game, goes 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles, drove in 4 runs. And then, Justin Jenks 1 for 3 with a single, and Carson Dunn goes 1 for 3 with a single as well. On the Challengers side, 2 hits in the game for Cooper Mullins, 3 hits in the game for Eli Chris, 2 for Caden Starr, and then 3 for Dylan Butler as well. Also with hits, Danny Womack, Jack Riley, Callan Vrem, and Cade Johansson, and Nolan Christ. So that is a look at some of the numbers for you here today from Swede Johnson Stadium. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's here tonight. Your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game is Knox Hubbard. He finishing out the game with a 3 for 4 day at the plate, driving in 4 runs here in Game 2. He is your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Well, that's going to do it for us, folks, on a tough one here in Eugene again today. It's been a weird season, to say the least. The Docs have looked really good at times. They've beaten some really good teams, played really tough against other good teams. But league play has been tough, and I think it just shows the proficiency for teams in Area 4. We've seen how good this league can be, and I would say expect that one of these teams out of Area 4 will be playing for a state championship coming up in a little while from now as the state tournament gets started July 23rd there in Roseburg. We'll be there for that to stream every game from the tournament, but the regular season will wrap up for the Dr. Stewarts coming up this weekend. Saturday they're at home for a doubleheader against the Klamath Falls Falcons. Hope to see folks out there for that noon start time for that twin bill. Hopefully you get out there to root on the team, help maybe get them to a couple of wins here to finish out the regular season to build some momentum going into the postseason. Docs will play at home on Saturday at noon, and then they travel to Klamath Falls for a Sunday doubleheader starting at noon on Sunday. Brian Prowse will have the games on Saturday for you there from Champion Car Wash Field. Radio-only broadcasts all weekend long. Kenny Sherman heading down to Klamath Falls on Sunday for that doubleheader. I'm going to get a couple of days off to finish it out. I appreciate it. There's just a lot that got scheduled this summer, and so trying to take advantage of folks that are willing to step in and fill in for me, and then I'll be there to finish things out with the postseason coming up in the state tournament. And I would imagine that Dan Bain, Kenny Sherman, and Brian Proutz, you might hear some of those voices again as we get into the state tournament. When we stream all those games, those guys will be helping me out there as well. So thanks to those guys for filling in coming up this weekend. I really appreciate that. You can tune in and catch those games on the radio, 92.3 FM, 1490 AM, or listen live online at 541radio.com and on the 541 Radio app. Want to say thanks to the Emerald Challengers for hosting us here tonight. Thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the entire American Legion baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Docs baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio for the radio production here this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. You will be able to tune in to catch Docs this weekend on the radio only, no video stream, and I'll be back with you coming up on July 23rd in the first day of action from the AAA state tournament for my next Docs broadcast. But you can catch the Docs on the radio Saturday with an 11:45 a.m. pregame show right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.